Hello, this is Jaffet again with another update of SpellerShip. I want to tell you guys what I've been working on this week. This week's work was mostly actually started by one of you. I got some feedback about two things that were issues, and so I set about addressing both of them. One is that often when a speller is given a question, there are several possible ways that it could be answered based on the paragraph. And but it would only accept one particular answer. And I know how frustrating that can be, especially for the more advanced questions that might want more than one word. And so here's how I solved it. I asked the AI, I don't do anything, I just asked the AI to do everything. The way I solved it was I asked the AI to make multiple possible answers, multiple variants. Now, this isn't the same as multiple answers, like when it says name one color of the United States flag, red, blue, white. What I mean is a variance of each answer. So to show you what that looks like, I have this one, Africa. We're going to look at that, but we're not going to look at it in the app because it's harder to see the variance in the app. It's very subtle. So we're going to look instead at my interface. This is my view on the admin website of this particular topic. And you'll see this question, for example, name one type of landscape featured in Africa's geography. Previously, it might only accept deserts, and that's what you had to type. But now you can just, you don't need the S for one. You can just say desert. And you can also say vast deserts, because that's what was in the paragraph, vast deserts, if you want to type that. You could also type, one of the possible answers is rainforest, but some variants of that are rainforest, or as the paragraph has it, dense rainforests. You could do that. Same thing with savannas, same idea. Where's the Sahara Desert located? You could say north, or you could say in the north, or the north. And so whatever you start typing, like if you start typing I at that point, well, you're on this track now. There's no getting off of it at that point. You do have to finish in the north. But in the beginning, you're wide open. You can start with any of those three, and it'll continue expecting that particular variant that you started with. Where's the Congo Basin located? Central Africa, or in Central Africa? Name one thing that the diverse landscapes in Africa support. Again, you have a bunch of different possibilities. Okay, I think you get the idea. So that's live now. I actually put that up yesterday and readed all the public topics so that they all support this. They all have variants for each answer. The other kind of, let me show you the visual change now that we have. Let's go to Africa.
Africa is the second largest continent in the world. What is Africa's rank in size among the continents?
Okay, so here we are. I could say second, but let's type the second.
T-H-E.
Anyway, that's not what I was going to show you. I was actually going to show you the flaps. So you see here that this is on a 3 board, but we're on Earth, the Earth level. So it's only showing 4 to 5 letters. And so we have this flap now. This is the new thing. S-E. There we go. I wanted to show you that. So now you can see kind of a transition between showing the bottom row and showing the top row, and vice versa. Whereas before it would just instantly show you the other side. So that's new. And the other thing, let's go ahead and finish this.
C-O-N-D.
The second largest, I see.
L-A-R-G-E-S-T. Second largest.
Okay. The other thing I did was actually the same user had a complaint that it was crashing a lot, which it was, right? On iOS, the problem is that it takes up a lot of memory. This app does. And so what I did was I just removed a lot of libraries, you could call them, that modules that just weren't being used, like 3D, like physics. This is a game engine, by the way, that comes with a lot of different modules that you could use. I stripped out a lot of them. And so you'll find that, it used to be 40 megabyte download when you first visited. Now it's like 5 megabytes or 6, I think. And I should use less memory too. So I'm hoping you guys will see fewer crashes, those of you who are on iOS. Android probably won't notice a difference, but maybe you will too. You'll definitely notice the download being smaller. So yeah, those are the three changes. And yeah, two of those were just, entirely inspired by feedback from a user just like you. So I love feedback. If you have any other ideas for me of how I can improve this, of course I have a whole list of things I am planning to do myself, but I do want to hear from you, like what's important to you guys. So let me know what you guys like about this change, what you don't like, and also what you'd like to see next. All right. Thanks, everyone.